Jovin, you so dumb.
Hey cuties, welcome back to the channel. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, hey Wookie, welcome. Hey. So I was gonna do a get ready with me. So for the most part, while we do this get ready with me, I'm gonna do a quick story time. The parties involved might not think it's funny, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hee hee ha ha. I'm gonna cackle no matter what. You hear me? Girl, I'm ashy. But I just came out the shower and I was stressed because it's like, damn, I have to get ready. But yeah, here we are. So I'm over here sitting up and I went out one night, right? So I went out and your girl was looking mighty cute. I met him in the elevator, right? So I meet Buddy in the elevator as I'm going down because, you know, and I had tater tots. He asked me, he was like, feed me tater tots. So I fed him the tater tots. And you fed a stranger tater tots? Yeah. He was like on the shorter end, but he wasn't shorter than me. So I let him have that leeway because it's like, you short, but you're not shorter than me terribly by a lot, so it's okay. Then he had this one friend with him, and the friend was tall. He was tall. He was taller than him, and he was well kept too. And plus, like, I might not ever see you again, Mr. Sir. I don't even really care for real. So I had gave him the little tater shots, right? Thinking of it. So that was that in the elevator. I promise y'all. But then it was like other people in the elevator, so it wasn't just me and them. It was like me, them, and like another group. And I knew none of them. So let's get that all clear. I go ahead and I enjoy the rest of my night. Like I continue drinking, talking to people, this, that, and the other, blase. And it's time for me to go home. Now I had just happened to drive to the little well, I don't know if it's really like it was I wouldn't say it's a club. I would more so like categorize it probably as a bar, but I don't know. Some depends on who you talk to. So I'm over here like on my way out. I'm leaving, and as I'm leaving, I had seen them like because the garage wasn't far from like the place itself. So I'm walking to the garage, and as I'm walking to the garage, they pulled up on me, but I didn't know it was them at first. So Buddy rolls down the window. His tall friend was the driver, right? His tall friend's the driver. Then they got another friend in the back seat. Scandalous. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that scandalous. But anyway, so all of them in the car, right? So all of them are all in the car. And tall dude, the driver, he ends up like giving me his phone. So I'm not thinking anything of it. First off, we started the conversation laughing because Buddy, who was the driver, he was so like, he wasn't terribly messed up, but he was messed up to the point where he's like, he drove on the curb. And when he rolled his window down, I was like, damn, you trying to run me over or something? Like, what's up? So, yeah. So I had said that or whatever. And then he was like, no, you know, type stuff. He had handed me the phone. So I'm thinking like it's Buddy's phone who I fed tater tots. Because I'm thinking in my head that, you know, because he's passenger. But then next thing I know, Buddy in the passenger seat handed me his phone too. But it's like if that's your homeboy, why didn't you like correct him? That was a little off to me. But keep in mind, I'm kind of tipsy to the point I don't remember this part. Remember that I don't remember this part. This part is very important. And the only reason I'm telling y'all this part now is because this is the order of things, but we're going to come back to that point. Okay. So Buddy had what's it called? Buddy in the passenger seat, the shorter one who wasn't terribly shorter than me, he comes up and he's just like, what'd he say? He was like, no, he ain't saying nothing. He just handed me the phone. So boom, we start talking or whatever. They like, what you about to do? I was like, about to go, huh? And they was like, oh, we about to go to the other spot. Okay, cool. Bet. Like, I was joking, but I was so serious. I was just like, y'all not gonna kidnap me, right? And they was like, no. And I was like, okay, cool. Bet. So I hopped in the car. So it was me, shorter dude, top driver, and they friend in the back. He was cool though. He was my favorite. Like, dude in the back was my favorite simply because like he just gave off like, I don't know. I didn't have to talk to him too much. I just knew he was he either had a lot of sisters or he was older brother. That's the vibe he was giving off. Like, you like, damn, you can catch that off? Yeah, I can. So, yeah, all of them was in the car, right? So we pulling up. Keep in mind, at this point, I have went out enough to know where I am. Usually I'm not the type to know where I am. I'm like, I need my GPS, like, where am I? I'm lost. I'm lost, sad, and all that stuff. But I'm not lost this time. You know, I'm actually knowing where I am, and I'm proud of myself. This is a oh my goodness moment for me, because like, girl, clap on the back. Like, I'm a professional. I'm a minute something for real. Stop playing with me. At this point, I might just need to put on lotion because this ash is starting to piss me off. Sorry, my bad. So, anyways, we pull up to like an location that I know, but then they start talking about, oh, let's go upstairs inside to hit the driver's house. I don't know, y'all. Y'all told me after spot. You never said the after spot was gonna be your house. The after spot don't never be somebody's house. And if it is somebody's house, like, they are well known somebody in the city. So for the after spot to be at your house, that's crazy to me. So I'm already knowing that I'm not going to go. With that being said, there's like, let's go upstairs to continue to fun, this, that, and the other. I don't know. Because when they say by fun, they mean like continue drinking, this, that, and the other. And I let them know, I'm like, no, I'm about to call my Uber. Because at this point, like, that's not what I signed up for. This is not what I signed up for. After spot meaning a whole bunch of people. I know what after spots look like. This ain't no after spot. Okay? I don't know no after spot that happens over on this end right here. No place. No place. No, I'm not with it. So I let them, I'm like, nah, I'm probably going to call it a night. I'm about to call my Uber. So then Buddy in the passenger seat, keep in mind, he was holding my hand the whole entire ride. At first, I thought he just wanted to see my nails. But I guess he just wanted to hold hands. Which, I mean, if I wasn't me, I would want to hold my hand too. No, I'm just kidding. So anyways, Buddy, he comes up, and he's over here like holding my hand, this, that, and the other, the whole entire ride. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Not to say they was weird, but at the same time, like, this is my first time meeting y'all. I don't even get down like that for real. So when I had told him I was going to get my Uber, passenger seat Brody was like, nah, you don't have to. I'm going to drop you back to your parking garage, where the parking garage is. I'm okay, cool. I don't remember if I said I was hungry or how it became a thing, but we ended up going to the diner to eat. So we had went to the diner. Brody took me to the diner, and it's like, what, 3 in the morning at this point, 3, 4 in the morning. A time was had. So boom, we eat. They take our order, yada, 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 yada. Not thinking anything of it. He takes me back to the parking garage. Now, when he takes me back to the parking garage, he parks on the side, right? Y'all like my little rose? It's a rose. Ah, so cute. So I use it as a blush. so sorry. Anyway, so when he had taken me to the parking garage, he parks on the side, right? He parks on the side. And as he parks on the side, he gets to talking. And he was just like, so what you about to do later? And I'm like, later? Keep in mind, look at the time, bro. It's 4, 5, but it's not yet 6. So I'm looking at the time and I'm just like, go to sleep. I have yet to have went to sleep. What are you talking about? Don't ask me dumb questions. But I don't say that. I just let him know, like, I'm about to go to bed. He was like, okay, cool. So he started doing like the little like sliding down, like the getting comfortable in his driver's seat. It just, I didn't see too many dudes do that. It just very much gives like, so you trying to like, that's what it gives each and every time. I'm so sorry, but I just act confused until I can't act confused no more. So I'm over here acting confused, like I'm not knowing what he's trying to insinuate on his body language. And you're like, well, that's just assumptions correctly. That's why I don't assume and I wait for them to say it, because I'm not going to assume that you, but at the same time, I'm ready to answer your questions once it comes out your dirty ass mouth. Not dirty, say his mouth is dirty, but immediately when you just want a little quickie from a stranger, your dirty ass mouth. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool, because it's not that type of party. So, yeah. So, Brody's over here like, cool, woo. He's just like, okay, cool. So I let him know. I was like, we can link some other time and then like, you know, hang type shit. But tonight I'm definitely clocking out. So he's like, okay, cool, bet. And keep in mind, it's the next week. The week is busy, jam-packed. Okay. So my buddy had hit me up and he was just like, but yes, sir, he said, what did he say? He just like basically let's link type stuff, blase. And I was like, to be honest, I'm busy. I'm letting everybody know like I'm busy. Cause work gotta get done. Okay. So he was just like, let's kick in this vibe, blase. So we didn't vibe at that moment, but we did end up linking later on, right? So we ended up linking. When we linked, I just knew it was off prior to us linking because like keep in mind I didn't like. So Like, I honestly wasn't feeling it off rip because I'm feeling like he probably just wants to smash. That's just how I'm feeling. After our first encounter, I'm just feeling like he's probably one of those dudes on some like, I fed you, so now you got to give up the cooch. Like, my services weren't genuine. I wasn't a genuine gentleman. Okay, I just want the cooch. I don't know. That's what's going through my head. That's what I'm assuming type stuff. So, when he had hit me up, it was like on some like, let's link, but I'm already knowing I'm not trying to link with him. So I had asked him when he was like, let's link. I had asked him, I said, link and do what? So when I had asked him link and do what, Brody's over here trying to act like he don't understand me. Like I speak Japanese or something. Boy, I don't speak no different language. Link and do what? He talked about his phone about to die. Link and do what? Don't play with me. So his phone magically about to die, right, y'all? So I'm okay, cool, bet. So he was like, you gonna slide this way, this, that, and the other. I said, it depends what time. So he talked about 10:30. Don't nothing righteous and wholesome happen after hours. After hours. Okay? Nothing righteous happens after hours. So I'm already knowing like, no, I'm cool. I said, and do what? Because you think just because you got off the phone with me, that's going to avoid the do what question. No, and do what? Let's make it clear. So like when push come to shove, we can really make this clear. Okay? Because I love a good paper trail that lets me go back and point to where you said we was going to blase, 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 blase. Okay, cool, bet. You're weird until proven otherwise. That's just how I roll over here, you know? Okay, cool, bet. So, like I said, we end up linking. He's like, cause he had replied, he was like, just vibe, probably watch a movie, blase, 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 blase. So I'm okay, cool, bet. So when we had end up linking, or whatever, I pulled up to his crib because he's talking about pulling up to me. Why would I let you pull up to me? You're a stranger. Why would you do that? Like, are you crazy? Are you okay in the head? So I let him know, like, you not about to pull up to me on some, like, I ain't say it like that, but, you know, on some, like, real respectful way. Like, no, you're not about to pull up to my crib type stuff. Keep in mind, right after, like, the whole, like, diner situation happened, he had texted me on some, like, what are you doing type stuff. So I had told him, like, working, right? This was, like, right after. I forgot to tell y'all these text messages. So this is right after. But he had texted me, talk about some, what are you doing? So I had replied back to him, like, working, this, that, and the other, like, because that's what I was doing. I was working. And I said, how about you? Brody didn't reply to my how about you. He said, you stay by yourself? Question mark. That's, to me, to be honest, that's an off question. Because why didn't you answer my how about you? I definitely said, how about you? One thing about it, 10 things for sure. You could have said something about the how about you. But you didn't say nothing about the how about you. You want to come straight to my crib. And last time we linked, you was on some like, what you on tonight type stuff. Knowing damn well it's the next morning. So at this point, like, that's why I'm treating him kind of like a weirdo, because it's giving very much weirdo. Because at what point it just gives like, I want to smash, and it's not that type of party. And I keep like, I don't know how many times I gotta let you know it's not that type of party, you know? So I'm over here chilling, vibing, and fast forward, back to where we was at. So we finally linked, right? On some like, we just chilling, vibing. So he says, I'm expecting, because now we got it in text. Like, he could have verbally said it and we could have argued about it. Nonetheless, it's in text this time, so it don't even matter because he said what he had said. So I had pulled up to his crib, and we had pulled up to his crib, and we just watching movies. Like, ain't nothing happening. I'm in my little corner. We just watching movies for a little while. After we started watching movies, like, we kind of had an intellectual conversation where it was like we started talking about different things. Then we started to talk about probabilities. And when we started talking about probabilities, that's when the competition started. And I love me a good competition. So now we flipping up pennies and this, that, and the other. A time was had, nonetheless. A time was had, but nothing actual. That's what I want to get y'all to understand. Then I had let him know I was hungry. One thing about him, and 10 things for sure, that man kept me fed. Okay, all I had to do was say I was hungry one time, and he was doing the dash about me. Oh yeah, that I love a man like that. So I had let him know. I said I'm hungry. As soon as I said I'm hungry, Brody's damn near about to do the dash about me. The only thing that's open is McDonald's. We pull up to McDonald's. Okay, I'm not really tripping. Get a 6-piece, small fries, and caramel fat pie. Yeah, that's technically my usual order, depending on how hungry I am. But that's usually my go-to order type stuff, okay? So yeah. So he gives me McDonald's. We go back to his place. We chilling, vibing, this, that, and the other. So the movie's still going. All I know is I heard snoring, y'all. I heard snoring. I'm not crazy about snoring. Snoring, like, there's something about it. I know it's something you can't control, but it's like, be so serious. And it wasn't like the light, like, it was aggressive snoring. And I just couldn't. Mentally, it's not you. It's really not. It wasn't him. It's me. Snoring just drives me batshit crazy. That snoring stuff, oh my gosh. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't do it. So, he's over here snoring this, that, and the other, but I'm determined to finish the movie. And you're like, why didn't you just finish the movie at home? Because I don't have Tubi. This is my first Tubi movie. First off, Tubi. Baby, where is the plot? Your plot is all over the place, okay? Because I just feel like if it's going to be 3 months later, please say 3 months later. I'm over here trying to connect the dots on how the hell did this happen? And I only can assume that time have went by. Too many lights were on. But all I can assume, time has went by. That's the only, like, answer that I could give myself. Like, time must have went by. But it's like, why would time go by and you not tell me time went by? I put the light on because I just feel like it looks better. But anyway, so time had went by. I'm assuming. So that's my only problem with Tubi movies. But anyways, it was a good little movie. So we watched the movie, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Well, I watched the movie because he had fell asleep. Maybe he was BSing, but he's like, he had a good time. And I told him, I said, I can respect you for saying off rip that you did want to smash tonight. Because that's respectable. Like, you grown enough to, like, admit, and I respect that. So I let him know, like, I respect you. I was like, if anything, we could link again. I'm not going to hold you. I didn't want to link with you because I really did think, like, you just wanted to smash. And you did want to smash, but at the same time, like, you wasn't on no, like, I came over and you was trying to press up on me type stuff. You weren't pressing up on me. Like, you just stayed to yourself and, like, a vibe was had. And since we vibed, I can link with you again, So, okay, cool. Bet. Keep in mind, like, I had asked him about his friends, remember? Okay, cool. So, remember why I was, like, with his friends. Okay, cool. So, he was with his friends. So, I had asked him somewhere down the line, I had asked him how long he's known them, just out of curiosity, mere curiosity. He tells me he's been knowing one for, like, 3 years. Just a little number. But then the one who was driving, he says he's been knowing him from 13 to 15 years. He gives me a little timeline. So, I'm okay, cool, bet. You've been knowing him for a long time. He's like, yeah, cool, bet. So, yeah, so apparently they've been knowing each other for a hot little minute. Remember, they've been knowing each other for a hot little minute, okay? Okay, cool, bet. So, after we had linked that night, that was the last time I'd seen Buddy, to be honest. That honestly was the last time I seen Buddy. Not on no weird stuff. We just drifted. Not really drifted. It was just, I just never replied to, like, let's link again because if I feel like if I hit you up on some making plans type stuff, I should already have something done. If you hit me up on plans, you should have plans. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to hit you up because I don't have plans. If you hit me up, I expect you to have plans. Don't be on some, so what do you want to do type stuff. Have plans. So, we just never talked. Next thing you know, I kid you not, the next day, can't make this up. The next day, as I get home, because I end up getting home, obviously. So when I get home after the movie had ended, the next day I get a call the next morning from none other than the driver. So I'm over here like, hello, who's this? He gonna talk about some, long story short, this is where, cause he was like, you gave me your number. I was like, no, I didn't. I never gave you my number. This is the beginning where he handed me the phone first, but it was his phone. It wasn't his friend's phone. Exactly. So that's when I had remembered. I was like, oh, I did. Like, cause now all the dots are connected. And I was like, oh, damn, I did. I forgot. Okay, cool. What's up? So he's on the phone for like 2-3 hours. He's at work though, but we're on the phone like for a long periodical time simply because like we're having deep conversation. We talk about different stuff though. So at this point, his brain is kind of intriguing to the point where it's like, I can tolerate talking to you. Okay. So we talking on the phone for a long time. Brody's just like, I'm about to get off work. What you trying to do? I was just like, to be honest, I gotta finish up work. He was like, he about to cook, yada, 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 yada. There is no, look, when I tell y'all, I can have a lot going on, but once you mention food, everything's out the window. Common sense goes out the window. So he's talking about he could cook, he the best cook. He's self-taught. I'll be the judge of that. Call me Salmon Cow. So I let him know, okay, cool, bet. I slide through. Cause he about to cook. Okay, cool. So Brody's about to cook. I'm about to slide through. He's like, I'm not gonna hold you. I did forget that I had your number. Keep in mind, I'm not even remembering that he had my number. But he's like, I did forget I had your number until Brody in the back seat, who I said was cool, who gives like very big brother vibes. He was like, what's up with you and Barbie? And then he was like, that's what I saved her name under. So he forgot what he had saved my name under that night, because he wasn't like towed up because he obviously drove, but he was messed up to the point where it's like he didn't remember what he had saved my number under as, or so he says. He comes up and he calls me, right? And that's how the conversation started. And he was like, I was kind of upset that you were holding Buddy's hand. Buddy meaning passenger seat dude. He was up here touching on my girl. Oh, my girl is crazy. Oh, my girl is crazy. Remember we was all in the car and y'all told me I gave out very much sister vibes? Because we were chilling, vibing in the car. Nothing happened on the car. Like when we had pulled up to his crib, right in the parking lot, nothing had happened in the car. So they over here talking like, oh, you give out chill vibes. Like you give out very much sister vibes. You ain't no weird girl type of woo. So it's like, okay, cool. Like we're family. We're family. The only person I'm thinking that probably don't want to be family is passenger seat buddy. Other than that, the rest of y'all, we family. Are we not family? Y'all my cousins. Y'all my cousins. He might not believe he my cousin, but he my cousin. He my cousin. He my cousin. At this point, it's kind of awkward to me because I wasn't coming over here with the intentions of him, like, not really confessing his love, but, like, letting me know, like, he feeling me. You know, I just thought we was going to come here for food. And then I was going to get back to work. Because I'm not staying here for, a long time. It's just, like, me stepping in and out, like, that's that. I'm using this as a break to myself. So, he says what he says. I'm over here laughing because I really kind of sort of don't take him seriously because he been joking. Like me and him, like we kind of sort of have the same humor where it's like, okay, cool. So I can't really tell if he's joking or if he's serious. I'm okay, cool, bet, whatever, I'm not thinking anything of it. So now he starts proceeding to ask me for a kiss. Should I put eyeliner on? Damn, I already put the glue on the lashes. I can't do it no more. I already put the glue on the lashes. The glue ain't work. So I got to go back to the drawing board, but that ain't nothing but the Lord because I did want to put on some liner, wing liner. So that ain't nothing but the Lord, blessing in disguise. I'm always take it. Okay, I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna take it. It's 9:42. We speeding through the story because I got to get out of here. But anyway, so where was I at, y'all? Oh, Brody confessing his love, this, that, and the other. So I had asked him, I said, keep in mind, I'm already knowing what his friend had told me about how long they had been friends. Okay, cool, bet. So I had asked him, I said, how long y'all been friends? He talked about a year or two, probably 3. Oh, me in my head, I'm thinking, somebody is a liar, pants on fire. That's how I'm feeling like, y'all. I promise y'all, because ain't no way. Stories aren't adding up. What's going on? Like, if it was a few years, like, in between, I'll give you, like, a grace period. Like, oh, he said 5 and you said 3. Okay, the timing a little off, but it's not too off. Absurd jump. No. So I'm already knowing, like, something's off about their friendship, right? So I'm not saying that. I'm laughing. So he tells me, he's like, everything's always funny to you, and is, period. I'm gonna laugh about something. You don't want me to laugh? Like, I can't help you. I'm not really taking him serious. So I tell him, I was like, to be honest, like, cause real stuff, I was talking to Buddy before I was talking to you. If we really talking about timeline wise, I was talking to your homie before I was talking to you. So as it pertains to like anything, you can't really, I told him, I said, you can't really get mad because you just caught me today. I was already talking to dude prior to you, like, so I'm confused what he's confused about. So he was like, yeah, that's true, but I'm here now, blase. So I get to hee-hee-ha-ha cackling again. So then he proceeds to ask me for a kiss. And I told him I don't kiss on people. And he's just like, I was like, I don't kiss on strangers. And he was like, I ain't no stranger, this, that, and the other, right? So I let him know, like, you kind of are a stranger. And he's like, no, not really. So then I had to let him know, I'm like, so ain't no food? Because there ain't no food. I'm about to pull off. Like, I'm about to go. But he don't know, like, I'm about to go. It was just more so I'm about to go. But remember this phone call, right? Okay, cool, bet. So he gets a phone call and he's like, yeah, we can go to the grocery store right now since you can't give me no kiss type stuff. Blase, 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 blase. So he ain't really too pissy that I ain't gonna give him no kiss. At least I'm not really thinking he really pissy. So I'm not thinking anything of it. So when he had said what he had said, I'm not really like caring type stuff. Next thing you know, we at the store. Before we had left to go to the store, he was like, why Brody, his passenger seat princess, he's like, why Brody just hit me up telling me that you at my house? I said, well, I don't know what to tell you. So he's like, so you ain't tell Brody you was at my house? I said, no, I did not tell him I was at your house. Cause one, like, I don't really know a dude like that. We only linked up. I ain't really specify how many times we link up at the time. I told him, I said, no, I didn't tell him. If you need me to show you my text messages, I'll show you the text messages between me and him. But I ain't even like I'm going to show you the text message type person. But when it comes down to like location being in question, I open up any and every folder. Cause hey, baby, I ain't the rat in the room. Ain't never been a rat in the room. And if I'm going to rat about some, I'm going to let you know how the cheese tasted. Do you hear me? Okay. So I'm over here letting him know, like, I didn't tell him nothing. So if anything, if I didn't tell him, you told him, or you told a homeboy that ended up telling him. Somebody told him. He was like, okay, cool, bet. You don't even got to show me text messages, whatever. Okay, cool, bet, right? Okay, cool. So we over here going to the grocery store. Now, while we at the grocery store, he brings up the topic again. He brings up the topic again. He was like, so if you didn't tell him you was at my crib, then how he know you was there? So I shut that shit down again. I said, look, if you really want me to show you the text messages, I'll show you the text messages, because I ain't tell Brody nothing. Like, at this point, you over here, you bringing up a topic and I don't got an answer for you. Like, I'm forever give you the same answer type, type stuff. Like, I'm forever give you the same answer. Like, you think I'm just, oh no, you know what? You caught me. I've been caught. Like, no, cause it wasn't that. So he was like, yeah, matter of fact, let me see the text. So I had shown him the text messages. And when I had shown him the text messages, right, he was like, okay, cool, whatever. Leave it at that, right? So, but unbeknownst to me, I can't really say I wasn't expecting it. He had read the like last text message he had sent me that I had thumbs up on some because Buddy was like, let's link again sometime. And I had liked the message, but I ain't replied. Like, I just liked it. So he had read that message and he's like, so y'all linked? And I was like, yeah, we had went to the diner right after. This is my first time linking with you, my first time talking to you. Like, it has yet to be 24 hours. I don't really owe you too much of an explanation right now. So, that's how I'm feeling. So he's just like, so all y'all did was go to the diner. And I'm like, yep. And he dropped me to my car. And I was like, to be honest, no, that text was concerning. We ended up like getting some McDonald's. That's why I literally said, we ended up getting some McDonald's. That's what I said verbatim. We get back to his place and he's just like, so y'all went to McDonald's? And I'm over here thinking like, well, damn, you would think I was in a relationship with this man or something. So at this point, I'm already knowing like, even if I didn't think of him as the Brody, he is stressing me out and we're not even in a relationship yet. Heavy no. Could never do that again. You will not stress me out and we're not in a relationship. So I let him know, I'm like, yeah, we linked up and we watched movies and he got me McDonald's. And he's like, oh, so you was at his crib. You ain't say that part. And at that point, it just got super weird because it's like, you knew I was talking to him. So why are you, like, and I was like, to be honest, I really didn't feel the need to, and I told him, I said, I really didn't feel the need to shed light on it because that's your homeboy, right? Like, I just feel as if at some point he was going to tell you. And if he didn't tell you, like, it wasn't really relevant to bring up in the conversation because we was never talking about him. So for me to be like, oh yeah, I linked up with your friend, yada, 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 sharing information, that's just off to me. That's just something I don't do. We're not even in a relationship for me to do that, If we was in a relationship, I owe you that, but I don't really owe you nothing. And, that's like, honestly, that's just how I was feeling. So I let him know how I was feeling. And he was just like, see, now if the tables was turned, you wouldn't be feeling that type of way, yada, 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 if I pulled up to your friend, blase, blase, blase. And I told him, I was like, I don't care because we're not dating. But it just very much gave like, it wasn't this situation that pissed him off. I just felt like there was another situation in his life that must have happened and he was just projecting that onto me. Because the way he was feeling towards the whole situation, it just got too serious too quick. And I ain't really like that. So he was just like, well, now you got to decide since we both know about each other. And I was like, decide what? What is there to decide? I just felt like there was no need to decide because at the end of the day, like, I'm really not even trying to get with either one of y'all. To be honest, if anything, I would get with the first dude who actually like pursued me and not on no you just hopped on the bandwagon last minute. He confesses. Remember when I told y'all he got a phone call before we had went to the exactly. So then he ends up confessing. He's just like, that was Brody I was on the phone with. So why the fuck you acting confused on some like how he know I was here? Bitch. Not to call him no bitch or nothing, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you was on the phone with Brody. He's like, so you gonna act like you didn't know I was on the phone with him? No, because I'm not no nosy ass bitch. I don't care about y'all conversation like that. You could have been on the phone with him. You acting like I'm caught up doing something. Caught up doing what? I barely know any of y'all. We family. So, at this point, I ain't thinking anything of it. And he's just like, to be honest, I can't even be mad at you for real. But you gotta pick one now. Now you actually gotta pick. So I'm over here like mind boggled because does Brody know that you feel like I gotta pick? Is he feeling the same way too? Are y'all both on the same page and I'm the only one that's on a different page? Like, are we on the same chapter together? What is going on right now? So he's cooking all as this is going down, right? So he tells me I gotta pick. I get quiet, crickets, because pick what? What is there to pick? You know? Like, and that's no disrespect, but I'm not gonna sit here and pick. Cause no. Oh my gosh, the glue. So yeah, he's feeling like I need to pick, and I just feel like there's no need to pick because I'm not really interested in both of y'all, especially the way everything's playing out. And I was like, to be honest, I really am starting to question y'all friendship on some interesting type stuff. He told me that y'all was friends for 13 plus years, but you saying you was only friends for 3 plus years. So at this point, somebody's a pathological liar. So quite frankly, I don't think I need to pick about anything. Cause y'all friendship just on the rocks anyways. And he was like, you didn't. Yes, I did. That's what I had told him, but it wasn't on no like aggressive type stuff. It was just like, pick what? Like, let's be I'm one of those people I like, let's call it what it is. Let's call it spade a spade. Y'all trying to act like you got me caught up on something like, baby, I was like, so why was you acting confused? Cause if you, okay, all right, this is my thing. I told him, I was like, if you was already on the phone with Brody and that was him on the phone, then why are you acting confused on who told him I was here? You probably told him. He's like, no, I ain't never told him this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. Well. I don't know what to tell you, you know, at this point. So I'm just waiting for the food because like, it's all about the food because I really just came here for the food. No disrespect. And I told him, I was like, to be honest, let's agree to disagree because he over here trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Like, I'm not feeling like what I had said was anything wrong. Like, you had asked me a question, I gave you your answer, and now you pissy. You was like, nah, if the tables was turned, you wouldn't even be going. That's why I kept feeling like this wasn't this situation. It was something else. Simply because, like, the way he was putting emphasis on, like, if nothing, because it's not that big of a deal. What are you talking about? So at this point, I let him know, like, you know, it ain't that serious. You know, we can just get over it. Cause to me, it's not that serious. I was like, y'all cool people, to be honest. And he kept saying like, you gotta pick. Does Brody know that you feeling like I gotta pick? So I had to stop because I couldn't keep like going and then not get ready. So I obviously lotion. My hands not dry no more. I gotta put on jewelry and accessories, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the fit. You know, nothing too crazy. With these fuzzy pants, they got teddy bears on them. This top was a 2-piece, but I couldn't find the other piece, so I just used this piece as like this piece. And then it has like loose flares, which is kind of cute because it blends in with the teddy bear. And then like for shoes, I'm gonna wear sneakers because I want to be comfortable and catch my balance as I'm walking because I do intend on getting fucked up. Okay, back to the story. So, I took the rollers out too, so y'all see the hair. I'm not sure if I really like what this part is doing right here because it's cool. But it's like, what is that part doing? I don't know what's going on. Like, this part is mad tight and then the rest is just loose curls. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So back to the story. So as he's cooking, keep in mind, because he is cooking. So he's cooking And he just, at this point, it's just feeling like a competition. Like he's competing with his friends. Like, I gotta be the first type stuff. So he makes mention. He's like, if you would have gave me a kiss when I asked for a kiss when you had first came in here, then you could have been shut this down and be like, but I gave you a kiss. So what does that say? And I was like, why does that go back to the kiss? Like, so that's how I'm feeling. Like it's a competition at this point. It's not. Too many lights. It could be genuine, but at this point there's no way it could be genuine. It probably could be still, but I'm not feeling like there's no genuineness in this. Even if I were to pick and choose, I would pick and choose after I'm done linking up with you. This is our first link up, so it's supposed to be our best link up. Exactly. And then you could be on some like, damn, you really gotta pick a side, but this is my first time linking with you. You know, that's just how I'm feeling though. So I let him know, I'm like, it's really not that serious, because when you was on the phone and you was like, oh, he was trying to take my girl, referring to his passenger princess, when he was trying to take my girl, damn, I feel bad for calling him a passenger princess because he kept me fed. But that's what he was doing though. But he got his own whip though. That's neither here nor there. That's none of my business. But so I had told him, I said, when you had told me on the phone that dude was trying to quote unquote take your girl, I told you, I said, don't let no girl break up your friendship. Did I not? He was like, yeah, you did. Okay, cool. So like, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, me being like, it's not that. I'm really trying to get Brody to know, like, it's not that serious. I have not confessed my feelings to either one of y'all for you to be like, but you told him this and you told him that. I linked up with y'all one time. And I only really linked up with you because the conversation was great on the phone. So it was more on some like, let me continue to pick your brains type stuff. It was never no like, I had a thing for you. Not saying he was ugly though. Like, he wasn't an ugly dude. But it's like, the conversation was mad intriguing. And I really don't have no loyalty towards your friend, because like, me and him not like this. I'm telling you, like, you know, like, I've only talked to dude. Technically, if we add all the hours together, less than 24 hours, like, this whole thing in itself is a whole blob, okay? And I'm not one to get in blobs. I'm not really one to get into blobs, because I'm not really like a blob type of girl. I don't like the mess. So like, with him just keeps talking and talking and talking, like, it just gets very much like, it's feeling like he competing with his friend. I just didn't like that whatsoever. And I just thought it was so strange, because he was like, he was on the phone with Buddy. So if you was on the phone with Buddy, right, then why was you... It just gave like it's supposed to be a setup. But how can it be a setup when nothing went down? And I told him, I said, it's one thing, because he kept telling me the truth. So I told him, I was like, it's one thing if I screwed on your friend, like I smashed on your friend, and then I came over here to smash on you, then it's like, ah, cool, she a 3L4 for real. She for the team, she passed around. But I ain't do none of that with neither one of y'all. So what's the problem? What's the problem? There is no problem. You making a big deal out of nothing. Cool it down. So at this point, the conversation, I'm thinking it dies off or whatever, right? And I told him, I said, truth be told, he was like, to be honest, you acting too nonchalant about the situation. Because when I tell you I was cool laid back, and then he like wrote a gorilla finger. So it's like, we got that kicking in. It was just a vibe. For me it was. And he's like, you just so nonchalant about the whole situation. What am I supposed to be chalanting? You want me to chalant all over the place, jump around and chalant? I cannot chalant. There will be no chalanting of the chalants. You hear me? So I'm over here like, because I told him, I was like, I'm not really trying to be nonchalant about the situation, but to me, it's not really a big deal. Like, that's just how I'm feeling. So he was just like, well, if the roles was different, you be saying, like, he went back to that. And I was like, to be honest, let's agree to disagree. Like, I hear what you're saying. I'm not disvaluing what you're saying. Like, I'm not debunking it. I'm not saying like whatever. Like, you literally just said you can't knock me for my game. It wasn't, to me, I'm not playing no game. I don't have no ulterior motive. No, none of that. So to me, it's not really a game. I'm just catching a vibe. Okay, so when he had said what he had said, it's just like, okay, cool, bet, Pookie, whatever. I told him, I was like, let's agree to disagree, because I'm not knocking what you're saying. Like, I get your point. I am not saying you're not valid. You're valid in how you're feeling. But at the same time, like, from what I'm feeling and how I'm coming, it's not that serious to me. So that dies off. I continue playing. I put on the TV, because he gave me the remote. So I put on the TV, playing the movie. He gets on the FaceTime with one of his friends. I don't know who. I don't care who. I don't really know if it's passenger princess. I don't really know who it is, baby. I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is. It is what it is. I'm watching the movie, going back and forth with the gorilla finger. The food is cooking. It is what it is. So then we get to eat it, right? And we get to eat it, and that's when he had makes mention. He makes mention. He's like, basically he was trying to smash. Like he lets it be known that he's trying to smash. And it was so crazy to me because keep in mind, y'all, on the phone, when we was on the phone, in the midst of our conversation, he makes mention that he dates baddies, nothing but bad bitches. He's like, I like my girls to be able to give me the cooch. I don't feel the need to beg for it because, like, woo, woo. So I'm like, damn, he talking that stuff. Like, with that being, I'm putting on my socks. So with that being said, it's just like, it was just so off because it's like, you said on the phone, but I didn't tell him because I'm not going to tell him, You said on the phone, like, you like girls to give up their coochie, but you over here telling me that you want to smash. That's not letting me give you my coochie. You telling me you want to smash. And I let him know, I was like, if I knew that you just wanted to smash, I wouldn't have put up. And he was just like, you knew I told you on the phone. I was like, never did you make mention of it. He's like, yeah, I made a joke. You probably didn't hear me. I was like, keyword. Didn't hear you, because if I did hear you, I wouldn't be here right now. Okay, because there's no reason for me to pull up. One thing about it, especially for a meal, baby, I know how to cook. A meal ain't never that serious. So keep in mind, I'm eating the food, and you like rate it. It wasn't that bad. To be honest, the only thing that was really bad about it was one of the shrimps wasn't fully peeled, but that wasn't too bad. So I took a point off for that. And then the potatoes were still kind of hard. So I took a point off for that. But other than that, it was cool. You like, what did you have? I had a load of potatoes. So he cut potatoes up and then he put them in the plate. And then he put steak on top, chicken, and shrimp. Yeah. It was very nice though, but I was eating it. I was smashing on it. The potatoes weren't hard to the point where it's like you couldn't eat it. They was just like, a little more time did it do justice. With that being said, I had asked him because at this point, like he was coming off a little frustrated. Simply because when I had told him, I was like, no, I didn't want to smash. So when he finds out, like, I didn't want to smash, keep in mind, on the phone, we had the conversation. He was like, I don't like when girls be like, oh, I ain't trying to smash when nobody ever brought it up. So it's like, he was just talking good. He was talking mad good stuff. And I don't mind the talk. I'm all here for the talk. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, y'all got to pay attention to the words and the actions. That's where they really slip up. Because it's like, sometimes they don't remember everything they say, but the actions won't match up. And that's when you really know. Okay, cool, bet. So I'm already knowing what type of party this is. So I'm letting him know. I was like, so you want me to go home? He's like, I'm not trying to kick you out of my place. I'll go home because at the end of the day, like, I'm not about to smash. So if that's what you expected tonight, my apologies. You said you had said it. I said I didn't hear you. And you said you probably didn't hear me. So that we going to weigh heavy on that probably because I baby cookies, I did not hear you because why would I put it up for real? Knowing that I got stuff to do. Okay, knowing that I got stuff to do and let you play in my face like this would have never pulled up. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, cool, bet. It wasn't really a loss for me to be like, oh, I packed up my losses. No, I finished up the food, y'all. Like after I had asked him if he wanted me to leave, he was quiet. He didn't really say much. So then we started talking like on some like kind of sort of intellectual conversation type stuff, but I was already turned off. And it's just like whatever he started saying, like he started saying some off the wall stuff, but I don't know if it was the Zod that really hit him off the walls or if that's how he genuinely felt. Cause it's like sometimes when people say stuff on their like viewpoints, it's like, damn, you really think like that for real? So I just kept nodding my head. At this point, I don't think he understood like this conversation wasn't like the conversation on the phone where we were going back to back to back, like having a conversation. It was just more so me listening. And when I just be quiet and listening, it's either A, you're saying something very intriguing, or B, you talking a whole bunch of BS, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you. So, okay, type stuff. Okay, exactly. So that's going on. And I'm finishing up my food. So he pretends to sleep. So I'm like, damn, you about to fall asleep. You ain't about to finish the movie with me. He's like, I'm just really tired. So then he puts his food in the refrigerator. He puts his food away. And he's like, you ain't even trying to smash. So there's no need for me to like finish it up. Finish it up? What? But he's like, I'll finish it up later. Okay, cool, bet. So at this point, it just gives very much like you the only person eating. So I'm just like, I'm feeling awkward, but not really awkward enough where it's like the food not going to get finished. So I'm eating. Don't get me close to the Lord and think you going to rush me. So like I'm up there with the Lord. I'm over here watching a movie up there with the Lord, having a time of my life. He faking sleeping. I ain't really tripping about it. I'm over here finishing up my food. He's like, so when you finish up your food, you probably gonna have to wrap it up. And I was like, okay, cool, bet. So I don't remember how the conversation came to be. And he was like, I probably won't ever. And I was like, oh, I said it. I was like, so we not linking again because I don't want to smash? And he's like, yeah, we probably won't link again. And I was like, I can respect you for keeping it a buck. That's the only thing I can do. I told him, I was like, I can respect you for keeping it a buck, but yeah. You know, I was like, that's crazy. We had good conversations. He's like, yeah, no, I'm good. And that's the weird thing too, because he was like, didn't you say you like tall dudes? Knowing his friend not that tall. You grimy. You grimy for real. That's the story. That's the story. I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. I look so cute. I'm ready for this birthday. I'm about to throw on a jacket, just any jacket to be honest, and just go about my day. So yeah, it was a little longer get ready with me, but baby, it was a whole bunch of mess. And that's what happened as of recently. As of recently, that's what's been happening in my life. Yeah, other stuff been happening, but nothing like too crazy because that was just a hot mess to me.